Significant achievement of Jamaicans, and what should be put in place to preserve its legacy? Great prizes to be won. Visit jis.gov.jm and enter today. Entries close Friday, October 24. A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
New NHT loans now in effect, up to 9 million for individuals and as high as 23 million for co-applicants, making home ownership more accessible for Jamaicans. We are building Jamaica.
The time by the office of the Prime Minister is...
It's 4 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.
Good morning to you. It is Monday. Thank God it's Monday, TGIM. It's Monday, September 22, 2025. We are alive and well, and for that we give God thanks. I want to say good morning to all of you listening on the 90 FM band, 90.3, 5, 7, and 9. Top of the morning to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us on your radio. If you're listening and watching from our YouTube channel, Nationwide 90 FM Live 2, good morning to you. David Nebar is first in the YouTube chat this morning. Cheyenne Atkinson, top of the morning to you as well. Mark Greenswood, good morning to you. Sonia Hutton, Monique Hunter, good morning, excuse me, to you all as well. Ricardo Hall, Corrine, Monica Callum, David Nebar, did I say David already? Yes. Merlene Russell, Albert Morgan, Stephen Foga, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the YouTube platform. Those of you asking for Cliff, remember Cliff is away in China. I don't know if he's returning this week or should be returning soon, but Cliff is away on serious business in China, so he will be back. Don't worry, he will be back. George, of course, is holding down the fort for Cliff. I want to say good morning to those listening on our mobile app, the Revo News app, available in the Google Play and the Apple App Store, and those on our website, revonews.ai. Good morning to all of you. And this Monday, September 22, it's the birthday of one of our loyal callers, NNN supporter, everything Alaric, Mr. Alaric from St. Elizabeth. Good morning to you, Alaric, and happy birthday to you. I hope you have an amazing day, and may God continue to bless you richly, Alaric. Alaric, big up yourself. Have a drink on me if you can reach me. Forget it. You understand? But yeah, big up yourself, Alaric. It's a Monday morning, but just before I go into Immigration Mondays, I won't have the chance to say it, and I don't want to forget tomorrow. I don't know if how many of you are listeners or viewers on YouTube follow up on TikTok. You must have seen it elsewhere because it's been in traditional media as well with the TikTok elections, coming off of the general elections held in Jamaica earlier this month. TikTok decided to have their own election with two main creators at the helm of it. One called Bad Siki, a security guard with Quest Security, and also a content creator on TikTok, and Ganja Claus, who calls himself the Uptown Ambassador. They have two parties, FJP, JNP, for Jamaican People, and Jamaica National Party. And the TikTok election was held yesterday. They had the debate earlier on Sunday, and then they had the election online last night. And I participated, yes, I did, in the election. I voted. It was pretty simple. The website was clear. It was efficient. There were some glitches earlier, but they fixed it quickly. Because of the traffic, they didn't expect so much people, and it happened. And I just wanted to point out, it's all jokes and gimmicks, but I just wanted to point out how efficient we can be and productive as a people, even though that was all for jokes. They had a debate. They had a conference, a joint conference. They had a website that worked efficiently, even though there were glitches, as these things, happen over time. But it worked. And when I went on to vote, it was quick, easy, and simple. And I just want to say, when we put our minds to things and we are, when we decide to be productive, you see how productive we can be? So I'm using this opportunity to encourage all the young people out there. Be productive today. If you have not been productive all your life, use today as the day where you decide to be productive for the rest of your life in whatever you are doing, whether it be content creation or you are going to find a job in an office. Be productive. All right, that's my 2 cents, and I just want to say congratulations to the Prime Minister of TikTok, Bad Siki. Yes, all love, no hate. Put your X beside the gate, and I'm in my yellow this morning representing for the FJP. All right, we are going into now Immigration Mondays. All right, on to serious business now. It's Immigration Mondays, and each Monday we're joined by U.S. immigration attorney Opal Lee and Canadian immigration consultant Nadine Mahabir. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, Nora. Good morning, Nadine. Good morning to wonderful and loyal listeners. Happy Monday.
Good morning, Miss Nora. Good morning, Miss Lee. And yes, good morning to our wonderful and very loyal listeners and viewers.
Yes, good morning. And I did take away some of your time with my talking this morning, so I will definitely give it all back to you. At the beginning of the program, if you're new here, we usually get an update on immigration-related matters from the United States and Canada. We get that from Opal and Nadine, and then after that, we open the phone lines for you to ask your questions. So I'm going to begin with you, Opal. Any updates from the United States? I'm sure there's always something happening, especially under this current administration. So you go right ahead. Take all the time you need.
I mean, that was very good, important information that you did relay anyway, Nora. But yes, there has indeed been an update.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure everybody has seen it, where President Donald Trump just on Friday, he actually signed a proclamation that will now require a new annual $100,000 US dollars for H-1B visa applications. For those who don't know what the H-1B is and thinking, you're not sure what that is, it's really an opportunity. Normally, like the best, the brightest people, foreigners coming from Jamaica, India, Japan, wherever. They're usually highly skilled jobs, especially a lot of tech companies will use them. So like Facebook, Amazon, they will use these people in the United States. And now what? The Trump administration is saying, listen, if you want to bring these people over, $100,000, and that's going to be paid to the U.S. government.
Yeah.
And yes, it's starting right now. It's in effect, supposedly right now. Of course, I'm almost 100% sure there are going to be challenges to that, because this is not something, in our humble opinion, that should be done by an executive order. We need Congress approval. Of course, I'm seeing there's going to be some challenges. The courts will have to decide, in my opinion. But of course, as always, stay tuned and I'll let you know any updates on that. But yes, $100,000 US dollars. So what is it going to do, Nora? A lot of people are, employers are not going to want to pay this.
Yeah.
And so what the Trump administration is saying, listen, you're bringing these, bright people from overseas to come to do the jobs in the U.S. Tell you what, why don't you use that money and train Americans to do that same job? So that's what they're hoping to do.
Do Americans want to be trained to do those jobs?
I'm not saying anything.
It's left to see. We'll see. But yeah, as usual, thank you so much, Opal, for the update.
I have one more update. One more quick update.
Go right
really
ahead.
Quick. For green card holders filing for minor children and their spouses, and you're outside the U.S. Great news is that the visa bulletin has jumped at least maybe a year and a half. Ooh. So in September, they were only at September 2022. Right now, they've jumped to February 1st, 2024. That means if you filed for your spouse or your minor children, they're only at last year right now, so they've moved up from 2022. The other categories have moved very slightly. For example, if you're a U.S. citizen filing for unmarried adult children, they've only moved 4 months. They're now at November 2016 instead of July 2016. The other category is not even worth mentioning. They're barely moved, like maybe by days. For example, the brother-sister category that we can still do, right. Last month, in September, they're at January 1st, 2008. They're now only at January 8th. So to give you an example, we've only moved 7 days in a period of one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So that's the update from the United States re-immigration. Good news for some people for who are on filing. And I mean, it stays the same for the others pretty much. But thank you so much, Opal. We are going to take a break, and then when we come back, we'll get the update from Canada from Nadine Mahabir.
Decorate and redecorate your space with water-resistant, colorful, and fast-drying paints from Edgechem Paints. The time by Edgechem Paints, changing lives 1 gallon at a time, is
9:15.
Out my farm, out last. We talk my farmers. Chakama. Reliable, full stop, not comma. We have the expertise for drilling and demolition. We have the power tools for plumbers and electrician. Fancy electrodes, 3 parts and 3 repairs. 3 parts, 3 repairs. With 2 to 3 years. Hilton, available at Delta Supply, 106 Hagley Park Road. Call us at 876-302-6111-4. Delta Supply, we service what we sell.
Do it for your best life, great. Go check your HIV status, great. So keep your life trending, no pretending. Me I tell yourself it great for you, great for you. Every time you are link with a condom, coulda Aussie, coulda wife, coulda be a random. Condom connect and protect your profile. Be your own fan, do it for your best life, great. Do it for your best life, great. Don't put yourself at risk. Condom connect every time. Do it for your best life.
Good morning. You are back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. It's Immigration Mondays, and we're joined by U.S. Immigration Attorney Opal Lee and Canadian Immigration Consultant Nadine Mahabir. If you are just joining us, you would have missed the update from the United States. So you can go back to the beginning, or you can wait until the program ends and listen again. But there is news there for you, so you don't want to miss that. So we're going to go over to you, Nadine, with the update from Canada.
Thanks, Nora. Well, it's actually more of reminders for this morning.
Okay.
And to add to what Opal said, I mean, for Canada, when an employer is recruiting a foreign worker, right now it's 1,000 Canadian that the employer needs to pay to submit the application, whether or not the application is approved. So it's really mind-boggling that the U.S. wants the employers to pay $100,000 US dollars. Now, Nora, for the parent sponsorship category, which reopened, I think it was the end of June, early July, I'd like to remind listeners that we're given an invitation to apply, that you only have until October 9th, I'm going to say October 8th, to submit your applications online. And please bear in mind that you need to submit a complete application for both the sponsor in Canada and for the parent or parents that you're sponsoring. So the sponsor need to complete their application forms. The parent or parents need to complete their application forms along with all of their supporting documents. And a third point, real quickly, you asked last week what crimes would not qualify. So this is a separate topic now.
Right.
Would not qualify for a record suspension. And based on the information, it said if you sexually abused a child, then yes, that would not qualify for a record suspension.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Nadine. And for those of you who are interested in the parent sponsorship category, then information there for you. You utilize it as much as you can, and if you want additional advice or additional information, read the category and what you need to do, then you can always book a consultation with Nadine. You will hear contact details later on in the program, but we're now at the point in the program where we open the phone lines for you. If you have any questions, immigration related questions for the United States or Canada, then you can give us a call. The numbers to call: 876-630-9371, and that goes all the way up to 4, and then 618-8255. Those are the numbers to call if you have any immigration related matters. And of course, if you are unable to call, you can definitely leave your questions in the YouTube chat, and we will try our best to get a response for you. There is a question already in the YouTube chat. This one says it's for you, Nadine. It says multiple visa for Canada expired November 2022. What do I need to do to reapply?
Good morning. You would need to submit a new application. So application form, supporting documents, including job letters, property documents if you have properties, motor vehicle documents, if you are married, whether or not the spouse is accompanying you, or if you're in a common law relationship, you would include your spouse or your partner's job letter, bank statements. Because bear in mind, not because you had a visitor's visa before doesn't mean that you're automatically going to get a new visa. So please ensure that you submit as much supporting documents as possible. If you're being invited by someone, you'll need an invitation letter. Or if you're staying at an Airbnb or a hotel, you want to ensure you show that you have more than enough funds to cover the cost of your accommodation.
All right, here's another one for you, Nadine. It says, good morning. My friend applied for a Canadian visa and they sent back asking for more information, but she never heard back from them. Is there a reason why, or should she just wait?
I'm not sure what time period has passed, Nora, since she submitted the information or documents. But I would say if more than 30 or 60 days has passed, she could probably submit an IRCC web form. So do a Google search for IRCC web form and, just send a reminder email and said, please note I've submitted the documents and I'm just following up to see if any additional information or documents are needed.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I'm missing any of the earlier questions here on YouTube. Just to remind you, the numbers to call: 876-630-9371. There's also 630-9372, 630-9373, and 630-9374. Or the digital line is 618-8255. The Opal, for the H-1B, those who go up on H-1B, I know that for some of the H-2B workers, it's only for a period and then you come back to Jamaica. Is it the same for the H-1B program?
Yes, well, the good thing about the H-1B, it can actually lead to a green card eventually with the employer filing a perm on that person's behalf. So it's favorable, but again, it's really for tech people and for people who have like at least a bachelor's degree. It was started, I think, back in the 1990s, and it was really and truly geared for people who had at least had a bachelor's degree.
I asked because is that 100,000 for an initial application, or is it that each time the worker comes or it's renewed or a contract is renewed that you have to pay?
So it's for all new applications, and that's an important point. For those people who already have the H-1B or is renewing, based on what we're seeing, it should not go for them. So not for renewals. So for each new applicant, so if you already had an H-1B, you don't have to worry about this 100,000. If you're renewing it, Nora, you don't have to worry about that 100,000. So it's for initial applications.
And another question, this one coming from YouTube, someone is asking if that fee will also apply to F1 students who seek H-1B after graduation.
It's for all H-1Bs. So H-1Bs, yes.
All right.
H-1Bs. I saw another question there on YouTube. So when you're ready, I can.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
All right, so the person is, I think they asked, good morning, I have applied for my citizenship on July 2025. I haven't heard anything else except the letter stating that they received the application. So that's a very good start. Normally you will get the receipt within about 2 or so weeks, but the actual application, the processing of your citizenship might take about a year, sometimes, 6 months to a year. So we've only gone 2 months now. So just be patient. Make sure don't get in trouble. This is your citizenship we're talking about. So don't get into any trouble or anything, because that might result in your application being denied.
Absolutely. Here's another one. Everybody is concerned now and on edge. This person is asking, can you travel to the U.S. 2 times in 1 year?
Of course you can. Wait, hold up. You can travel two times in 1 year, but please don't tell me each of the time
6
months. 6 months. But I have to be very careful.
If that's the case, then no.
Yes. So maybe the question should be for how long each of those trips, because as I said before, I've always been mindful and wanting people not to have extended trips. That's the problem, guys. I've seen people travel very often, even 6 times a year, but we're talking about like for business, really, like a weekend or a week here and there, then that's fine. And, as long as you're going for your stated purpose, and if Customs and Border Patrol is okay with your stated purpose, then they'll have no problem letting you in. Because when they think that you're working, so if you're going to 4 months, Nora, and then you go back to Jamaica for a month, and then you're gone again for 4 months, come on.
Yeah. And as you said, working, I just remembered, we had a conversation, on another program that we have in the Consumer Hour, Ask the Consul, and a point that we've talked about sometimes, and we've said it's a gray area where you work for an online company or you work online and you take your device to the United States when you go for vacation, and you might do a little thing here and there. The consular officer that we had on, I don't remember which day it was probably last week, said outrightly that it is considered working. It is seen as working. So if you are taking your laptop that you do your work on for a company online to the United States, but you're there on vacation, and you're doing any of that, it is considered working. So it's not a gray area anymore. They outrightly said it is considered working. So for those of you who are work from home people, just be careful when you are not be careful. Don't do it. Don't do it at all. We have a caller on the line. Samuel, good morning. Oh, the line dropped. Samuel, give us a call back, please. Norma, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. I have a question for the U.S. Is it open?
Yes, you can go right ahead.
Morning. Okay. Good morning. My son is presently in the U.S. He is, I think it's the H-1B visa. He's doing a doctorate. Are you saying that when he's through, because he's supposed to be finishing next year, when he's through, that will apply to him also?
No, ma'am. That's why I did that clarification earlier. that's only for new applications, not for renewals.
New applications.
So no, your son has already had it. He had it before yesterday, right?
No, he's there studying.
So he should be fine. This is for new applications.
Oh,
not a renewal.
He'll be finished next year.
Then no, he's fine. Luckily he got his H-1B before all of this started happening.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right, we are up on a break, so we're gonna take that break. When we come back, I will allow you ladies to give your contact information, and we continue with the questions from YouTube, and we continue taking your calls.
Into style with Unique Living. Upgrade your home with our extensive range of products. Get sleek shower panels, stylish vanities, LED and non-LED mirrors, plus kitchen sinks, closet solutions, ceiling fans, and more. Available in various finishes and sizes. Visit shop number 6, 30 Dunrobin Avenue, Kingston 10. Call 876-755-3661 or visit our website at www.uniquelivingja.com. Don't wait to spring into style with Unique Living.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:30.
Did you know that the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development has 9 shelters across the island with plans of building 14 more? From Kingston to St. James, there are several places for the most vulnerable to call home. From our 24-hour transitional and drop-in centers to our night shelters, there is always a roof and warm meal waiting for you. We are here to help you rehabilitate and reintegrate. The government pledges its continued commitment to helping our most vulnerable. Contact your municipal corporation if you or anyone you know might need to use the shelter. Local government is working for you.
Are you ready to turn your sales and marketing skills into high earnings? Nationwide 90 FM is searching for business development executives to build lasting client relationships. If you have experience across all stages of the sales cycle and possess strong communication, negotiation, and time management skills with a proven sales track record, this opportunity is perfect for you. Join our team and work with the top corporate brands, media agencies, and of course, our on-air personalities. Enjoy networking opportunities, professional growth, and competitive commissions. Ready to take the next step? Send your resume to hr@nationwidenewsnetwork.com today. Good morning. You're back here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. I'm Nora Gay Banton. It's Immigration Mondays this morning, and we are joined by U.S. Immigration Attorney Opal Lee and Canadian Immigration Consultant Nadine Mahabir. And we are taking your calls. Remember the numbers to call, 876-630-9371, and that goes up to 4, and 618-8255. So you can call if you have any immigration-related matters concerning the United States or Canada. And if you're unable to call, you can also leave your questions in the YouTube chat. We are live on YouTube at Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. For those of you who are listening and you don't necessarily want to call, but you just want to go right ahead and book your consultation with either Nadine or Opal, we're gonna allow the ladies to give their contact information so that you can do so, starting with you, Nadine, and then Opal.
Thanks, Nora. For Nadine Mahabir, our contact number in Jamaica, it is 876-754-4391. That's 876-754-4391. In Canada, it is 1-416-249-5885. That's 1-416-249-5885. Our email address is info@cdnintl.com. Thanks, Nora, and over to you, Ms. Lee.
Thank you, Nadine. For Opal Lee, the phone number in Jamaica is 876-854-3599. That's 876-854-3599. In the United States, it's 954-358-2020. That's 954-358-2020. You may also find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at FlowJam Legal. That's FLOJAMLEGAL. Thanks, and over to you, Nora.
All right, so we're going to go right back to the questions now. This one from YouTube says, not sure if this was answered, but starting October, will there be an additional fee for U.S. visas?
Can you just take time and talk? Don't want anybody listening that's not supposed to be listening and getting any ideas and start saying, stuff. But for right now, no. I think what they're anticipating is at $250, which it's there in the works, supposed to be added, but right now, nothing yet.
All
Still
right.
$185, guys, US.
$185. Get it while it's hot. Oh boy, this one, another one here from YouTube. It says, will a person who overstayed their F1 visa for an extended period be able to apply for a visitor's visa? I guess they're asking if it will affect their visitor's visa application.
Oh, any overstay at all. If you were awarded a visiting visa, non-immigrant visa, and you violated it by any means, whether by working unlawfully, by overstaying, absolutely, it will affect your next chances of applying for such a visa or a similar visa.
Alrighty,
because they will say, "How do I trust you again?" Right?
Right, exactly. Aren't you
betrayed my trust
will
before?
You not just overstay this next visa that I'm going to give you? So, guys, don't overstay. That's the lesson there. Another one from YouTube. This person is asking if the 100,000 is US or Jamaican dollars.
I know that person is messing with us. Come on, stop it. Stop.
Oh, God.
It's US dollars, to be clear. And I did say, remember how I exaggerated? I said US dollars.
Exactly.
It's US dollars.
Yes, because it's not only for persons coming from Jamaica now, is it? People come from other countries to work in the United States too. So yes, it's US dollars. Someone on YouTube is asking Nadine, what is the Canadian citizenship test like?
The citizenship test is based on general knowledge. So you might be asked questions, for example, like who was the first prime minister? You can be asked about the provinces, current prime minister, different parties. But there is a citizenship booklet, Nora, that is normally sent to persons who have applied for citizenship so that they can prepare for the test.
Oh, you can study from it. Good.
Yes, it's not like you have no idea. You just need to prepare for the test, and the material is there. It's also online as well.
All right, thank you for that. I see Rick NYC saying to check my DM. Rick NYC, if it's on Twitter, I deactivated my Twitter some time ago. I'm no longer on Twitter, so if it's on Twitter, I won't be able to see that DM. I am on Instagram though, so you can message me there if it's urgent. All right, Katie Buello is asking Opal to make it clear that it's the employer that pays this 100,000, which I think she did, but I can ask you again, Opal, to just clarify what this 100,000 is and who pays it.
Oh yeah, it's an employer. The employees are not going to pay that. It's the employer. So what they're trying to do, the administration, is to try and keep the jobs in the United States instead of those employers going outside and hiring people for maybe less than what they would have normally paid a U.S. citizen or permanent resident. So they want them to train those in the U.S. and give them the jobs. So it's the employer that's going to have to pay this money.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Christine on YouTube says, is it true that persons who are in the U.S. illegally 1 year or more can apply for a permanent stay?
Permanent what?
Stay.
it depends on if they have a family member. Do they have a spouse that's a United States citizen who's willing to sponsor them? Or do they have a child who's a U.S. citizen who is at least 21 years old who's going to sponsor? But no, it's not an automatic, just because you're here for 1 year, you get to apply for state. Again, that sounds like some TikTok stuff that people have been seeing, Nora.
Yes, indeed. The TikTok is something that we have to fight with, where misinformation and disinformation and all kind of information is circulating, and it's so unfortunate that the factual information, you see it less, and it's because what is incorrect gets more shares, because it seems so true and it's so, wow.
And everybody gravitate to it because they want that. Yeah. But can you imagine though, Nora, if you just stayed in the United States or Canada for 1 year unlawfully and then you automatically get permanent residency, then everybody would just have to hide out a little bit, just hide out, don't get caught, let it 1 year, and then everybody gets a green card or a permanent residence or a landing? Oh my goodness, no. Yeah. I don't see that happening.
Crazy. We have a caller on the line, Jen. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Doing good.
Yes, I'd like to just ask Oprah one question. See, my US visa after 10 years, it expired this month. So, is there any new requirements on what would you call it, renewal?
What do I call the what?
So my visa expired, 10 years expired this month.
Right.
So that would be qualified as renewal, I'm asking?
Yeah, we don't really use, it's really a new visa. It's not, we don't really use a renewal, but I understand what you mean. Just because you had one, you call it renewal, but it's really a completely new application. So you still go online, apply for it. You're going to see some questions where it asks you if you ever had one before. But technically, it's not a renewal. It's really and truly every single time when you are asking for a visiting visa up in the application, it's a new application.
Okay, so...
But the fact that you've had one, I should say, the fact that you have had one before and it's just about to be expired, if all things being equal, if you have not overstayed on the other one or otherwise used it contrary to how the U.S. Embassy wants you to use it, they should go ahead and grant it a new one.
Okay, so is there any new requirement? What is the fee now?
It's still $185 US for the
filing. That's all the requirement there for them? Monetary?
Ma'am, why you make it sound like that? You're going to let them increase the fee on us? What do you mean by if that's all?
No, because it's a lot already still, I remember there was a time there was no money at all.
That's all? No. That's a lot. So it's $185 US for right now.
Oprah, the really reason why I said that, there's so much surprises this last few days from this country.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just pulling your chain, but yes.
I know. So, you want to be just prepared.
Yes. If you need assistance with the application, contact our office and we'll help you. But yes, that's what it is right now. We haven't seen the $250 yet.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
All right. You take care. You take care, Jen. Boy, trust me, recently, as I said earlier in the program, people, especially when it comes to the United States, people are just on edge, I mean, maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because a lot of people did many things carelessly when doing applications for various types of visas and, probably put themselves in more problems. So everybody's now thinking twice about everything. Maybe that's a good thing.
And we haven't seen some positive, even though we're seeing all the negative, there's a lot of positive. I've seen a lot of my clients, even applications, they've been moving so fast and getting very good results. So I don't want people to think it's just all over like, it's always going to be bad news. That's not true.
Yeah.
The fact that Nora just basically said, you just have to make sure what you're doing properly.
Exactly.
With proper advice.
Yeah. And if you don't know, do some research or find out from someone who you know would know the right thing. Here's a question from YouTube. It says, if someone is filing for you, do you or can you know if they stopped the process?
Oh, that's going to be very difficult. So it depends on, because, the immigrant petition, which is normally the first application the person would file if they're outside, if the beneficiary is outside the U.S., that normally goes only to the petitioner. So if that petitioner pulls something, you're not going to be notified because you're only the beneficiary. Right. Now, let's say it's your spouse that's filing for you and 2 years and you don't hear anything. Chances are something was up. They either pulled something, because once the immigrant petition is approved, if you're outside the U.S., once the immigrant petition is approved, the file would have been sent over to the National Visa Center, where you can contact the National Visa Center to get, your case number, because that part is now for the beneficiary to submit, like police report and all that stuff. So if you're not getting any notification about that, chances are something is not right.
Yeah. Final one here. Well, just a comment, and maybe if there's anything else you can add, Nadine, regarding resources. This person says regarding the citizenship test for Canada, it says there are also practice questions online for the test, and you can access those through public libraries, etc.
Probably, Nora. And I mean, as I said, the booklet for studying for the citizenship test is on the immigration website as well. So it's just a matter of the person doing their homework.
Okay.
And I believe you get 3 attempts at the citizenship test as well. So there really is no reason, unless, a person has some type of challenge.
Yeah.
And if you do have some type of challenge, I believe you can also get a letter from your doctor. If you're over a certain age, you don't need to do the test. So whoever is applying for citizenship, they need to look at the details if they're doing the application on their own to see whether or not they do need to do the citizenship test if they have concerns.
All right. Thank you so much for that. We're up on another break. We're going to take a break, and then when we come back, we continue with Immigration Mondays.
All your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:46.
Attention contractors, developers, and homeowners. Just a reminder, we have Glacier White Corian Solid Surface in stock for all your project needs. Choosing Corian for your project is the right choice. A choice you won't regret. It's durable, beautiful, and long-lasting. No sealing necessary. Corian, the #1 solid surface in the world. Second to none. Visit us at Home International Limited, 104 Constant Spring Road, Kingston 8. Telephone 876-755-1970 or 876-276-6448.
Now, PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV.
PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV.
You want to do your thing with your queen or your king.
Or I get a little frisky that make you flex frisky.
PrEP, are you extra bucketed?
To help you stay HIV negative.
PrEP makes it so easy. One pill before you link, prevent HIV. PrEP tablets available at your clinic from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Need reliable security for your business? Dual Protective Security is the perfect choice, providing round-the-clock security solutions and customer support. Our security experts will work with you to create customized solutions that fit your needs and budget. Contact us today and enjoy the peace of mind you deserve with their unbeatable security services. Dual Protective Security. Call 876-676-6987 or 876-415-4564.
School is back in session, so let's see if you're quiz competition ready. In a right-angled triangle, the square of the hypotenuse equals the sum of the squares of the other two sides. Who gave us that theorem? That's right, Pythagoras. Which city is home to the United Nations headquarters? That's New York City. And here's another one. Which country invented the Olympic Games over 2,700 years ago?
If you said Greece, that's correct. The answer is Greece. If you got them right, you're sharp enough to follow the battle of the year. From September 22 to 26, Jamaica's best journalists face off in the nationwide quiz competition. Live from 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. on Nationwide 90 FM. 5 days, 5 rounds. One winner will be crowned Quiz Champion of the Year. The nationwide quiz competition. Knowledge has no borders and class is always in session.
Good morning. You are here inside the Consumer Hour on Nationwide 90 FM. It's Immigration Mondays. We're joined by U.S. Immigration Attorney Opal Lee and Canadian Immigration Consultant Nadine Mahabir. We are taking your calls and also your questions from YouTube. We don't have much time left in the program, so if you want to get a question in, you want to do it right now. We have a caller on the line, ladies. Camille, good morning. Camille, are you there?
Morning.
Morning.
Question for the U.S. immigration person. If my spouse is overseas and he's planning to do filing for me, what are the forms that he needs to complete? And what's the turnaround time for an update?
Hello? So the spouse would need to file is the I-130 and, of course, the I-130A. The I-130A will ask for your information. The I-130 is for your spouse's information. And once that is submitted, it usually takes about a year or so for the I-130 to be processed.
For the I-130A, is there anything on it that I need to sign?
Right. So since you're overseas, you don't have to sign it, but it needs to be completed.
Okay. So I don't need to do the form here to send to him. He can just do everything.
Right, but remember the I-130A is your information, so you should be completing it.
Oh, I should complete that one. Okay.
Yes.
And what's the fee to do this? And what's the turnaround? You said a year. Oh, sorry.
It's a year. And if you need assistance with that, you can always contact us, or you can at least do a consultation so you could get more in-depth details about the additional documents to submit. Because remember, you have to prove the marriage is real. So if you have anything together like joint bank accounts, photos together, if you're taking trips together, messages between both of you, text messages, stuff like that. But if you want to do a consultation, we could go over everything during the consult.
All right, sure. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
No problem, Camille. Angie Smith, I see you asking a question, but I'm not sure. I don't know if Opal can make out what is being asked. I see B1, but I also see program. Not so sure what the person is asking. But we have a caller on the line in the meantime. Kim, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm calling to find out my aunt is filing for my mom. We got something from the National Visa Center with a case number. How long is the turnaround time? Because this process started in 2005 and we got contact in 2009, but nothing then.
All right, so it started in 2009, you said?
Yes, that was the last contact. It started in 2005. Yes, the last contact was in 2009. That's when we get the case number and all.
Okay, because right now they're actually at January 2008, so they've actually passed the 2005 cases. So it's very important that maybe you contact our office if you need assistance with this to make sure that your mother is not missing something. She should have at least by now submitted her police report. You'd have needed the aunt's affidavit of support with tax return for the most recent years, information, pay stubs, all those things. So if they're not doing that, and if they have not logged into the NVC portal, they run the risk of that application being terminated. So if you haven't already done that part, or mother hasn't already done that part, I would strongly suggest a consultation. So at least we could log into the account and see what's going on.
And see what is happening. May I have a contact number, please?
Continue to listen. I think we're closing off now, and we'll be giving out the numbers again.
Okay, all right, no problem. Thank you.
All right, just keep listening.
Nora, I saw a question there. I don't know if you saw. There was another question from someone.
Go ahead.
And the YouTube. It just says, if I went to the U.S. in January and came back February, 1 month, and I would like to visit in November for Thanksgiving same year, can I go? I would say yes, you can, because if you only spend, 1 month, maybe 3 weeks or so back in January, and November is a good time to go. It's Thanksgiving. People do a lot of Black Friday shopping and visit family members and friends. So I think that's fine, because you weren't one of them who spent, 3-4 months. So I don't think you should have a problem.
All right, and for the citizenship test, Nadine, someone was asking if for those 3 chances that you get, you have to pay each time.
No, Nora, and on that same topic, the study guide is Discover Canada, the Rights and Responsibilities of Citizenship. It is on the immigration website under Publications and Manuals. So if the person does a Google search for citizenship test and the material, it's again Study Guide, Discover Canada, the Rights and Responsibilities of Citizenship. And as I said, the information is there, and you can also do a Google search for other citizenship test materials.
Yes, thank you so much for that additional information. Finally, this one here, not a question, but someone seeking your comment on this matter. Opal, it says, "Morning, Nora. I flew back to the U.S. from Jamaica on Saturday, and upon arriving at JFK, to my shock, all immigration did was take a picture of me and said you are free to go. No inspection of my U.S. passport or anything. Previously, I had to fill out information on an app and show the passport. Now all they did was take a picture. Then I collected my luggage and stepped out. Shocking if you ask me. The technology is so advanced. I didn't even stand in line for 5 minutes."
It's advanced. So like when you go in now, they do face recognition as well. So they can actually scan your face and they will say, "Okay, welcome Opal Lee." So they already know who I am.
Interesting times ahead. Indeed. But that's all the time we have this morning. I'm gonna allow you ladies to give your contact information once more for those who are waiting. Opal and then Nadine.
All right, thank you as always, Nora. So Opal Lee, the phone number in Jamaica is 876-854-3599. That's 876-854-3599. In the United States, it's 954-358-2020. That's 954-358-2020. If you wish to schedule a consult, you can also go to our website, www.flowjamlegal.com, and you can find us on all social media at Flowjam Legal, FLOJAMLEGAL. Over to you, Nadine.
Thanks, Opal. For Nadine Mahbir, our contact number in Jamaica, it is 876-754-4391. That's 876-754-4391. In Canada, it is 1-416-249-5885. That's 1-416-249-5885. Our email address is info@cdnintl.com. Thanks, Nora, and have a great week, everyone.
Thank you, ladies, for joining us each and every week. Do enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your week. See you next week, Monday, God sparing our lives. All right, that's where we're going to leave it for the Consumer Hour Immigration Mondays this morning. We are going to make way now for Cliff Hughes Online, and at 10:30, the NNN Back to School quiz will begin.
That was the Consumer Hour with Nora Gay Banton.